There it is. Good morning. It is Thursday, October 1st. Commissioner Van Beek, Commissioner White. We are here in the Commissioner's meeting room. Monica Reeves is doing the Deputy Clerk duties for us today. Commissioner Dale, let me see.
Doesn't look like he's on there yet.
Okay, he will be joining us on WebEx. I see Patricia Nielsen, who is the Director of the DSD Department for Canyon County, and Dan Lister, who is Planner for Canyon County. We are here for a public hearing, and it's a public hearing to consider a request by David and Verna Slagle for a conditional rezone, and that's case number CR 2020-0006. And I see that Dave Slagle, you are signed up to speak. And let me see, I want to make sure I don't see anybody else. There, Commissioner Dale has joined us. Thank you, Commissioner Dale.
Good morning.
Okay, I don't see anybody else, so Monica, we can go ahead and swear him out.
Dan Lister, Tricia Nielsen, David Slagle, do you swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? So help you God?
Yes.
I do.
Okay, Dan, you're on.
Good morning, Madam Chair and Commissioners. Before you today is a request for a conditional rezone of the property you see on the screen. Just a little history. This property was created without going through a land division process, so it does not have a building permit available to it. The applicant did try to come in with a land division, after the fact land division application, but could not get this owner up above here to join in with that application, and therefore has to go through this process to get a building permit for that parcel. What the applicant is asking for through a development agreement is to, I'll try to paint this picture well here, to keep this area here, which is a little over 13 acres in agricultural use, and then place any type of accessory structures, main dwelling, anything like that in the areas here and here, which is, they're very dry. They're not used for agricultural uses. As you can see over here in the slide again, there are these areas here and here. So he's agreeing to put structures in areas that won't impact the 13 acres of agricultural land as part of the development agreement. As you can see on this slide here, the property is zoned agricultural and surrounded by similar zone. There's only one residential zone within the area, which was approved in 2016 and has a 4.2 acre average lot size. The future land use shows that the county intends to keep this designated as agriculture use. As you can see in the next slide, It is surrounded by agricultural production. There's 2 dairy operations within a 1 mile radius, as well as a feedlot, and the soils are moderately suited soils. So it is considered prime farmland if irrigated. Comments, we did not receive any comments from the public. I did receive emails from neighbors that based on my answering to them, they didn't have any issues. Comments, as you see on the screen, Napa Highway District did not object to this application. In fact, the private road that connects Deer Flat that they're using is the approach there is already built to their standards. Idaho Transportation Department didn't have any objections. Southwest District Health didn't find any issues. Boise Project Board of Control just required that the adjacent lateral and wasteway be protected, which is a condition as part of the development agreement. Staff today is recommending that the board approve the request subject to the conditions of the development agreement as shown on the screen. Basically, as the applicant requested, that building permit for a primary dwelling and any accessory dwellings be put into the dry areas as shown on the screen, and the farmland be unimpacted by structures and kept for farmland. And that's what basically the conditions will do through a land division application that they would have to do subsequently. Today, I'm just going to let you know, if the board finds this to be something that they wish to approve, the FCOs can be signed today, but the legal descriptions within the development agreement and ordinance, although they are correct, they were developed by staff. And therefore, our legal staff says the owner would have to sign a release before we can use it. Our legal staff has not completed that release for the applicant to sign, so we would have to agendize that on a later date for signature. But legal staff says it's okay to sign the FCO today if the board wants to proceed, and we'll just agendize it later for the signing of the other 2 documents. And with that, that concludes staff's presentation.
Madam Chair, I have a question for Dan.
Yes.
Okay, Dan, just a clarification. I'm looking at the notes here, and it says that a development agreement will require approximately 16 acres for agricultural use only. The extra 3 acres that is in a dry area, that does allow some building of auxiliary structures. Am I correct in that? Is that part of the 16 acres?
Correct. So as you see on the screen there, the dry area, it says there's a 3-acre area and then there's another 3-acre area. That's where all the structures would be located. Okay. So no structures would be on the farmland at all. It would just be in those areas.
So the 13 acres is going to be reserved for exclusively agricultural farm stuff. Is that correct?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions for Dan at this time? Thank you, Dan, very much. Mr. Slagle, you next. And we'll just need your name and address on the record, please.
Okay.
Up here, okay. So we get your...
Well, I go by my old address, 4505 Deer Flat, Kuna.
Very good. Okay. What's your plans?
Well, my plans is to actually build a house on the lower end here, right in here.
Okay. And he is pointing on the screen, Commissioner Dale, to the dry area that is right directly to the southeast. Yeah, southeast of it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So it looks like there's already some kind of building there. Is that correct?
Yeah, I've got a 60 shop right up above it.
Yeah, the shop.
Okay.
Okay. So you're going to build the house on that 3 acres. And you're going to keep the other for the 13.
Yeah, I got hay in the 13 acres. So
okay.
I farmed that for over 20 years.
Okay. Okay. Dan, one question for you. As far as the development agreement,
Mm-hmm.
can that be signed, or that has to wait for the other correction?
Yeah, unfortunately, it would be something we have to agendize later for signature until we can get
Okay.
the release on that legal description that's attached to it.
Okay. Commissioner Van Beek, do you have anything?
I do not, and so unless there's further discussion, I'm going to sit and close public testimony.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded to close public testimony. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank
Aye.
you very much, Mr. Slagle. Okay, discussion.
Madam Chair, this looks like a pretty straightforward operation here and request. I'm comfortable with the development agreement that has been proposed. It is preserving farmland. I tried to say combination between ground and land came out GAN. But at any rate, I appreciate the preservation of the 13 acres for agricultural use. Looks to me like the dry area is not productive and would be suitable for building a house on there. And I have no problem with this request.
Thank you, Commissioner Dale. Commissioner Van Beek.
Madam Chair, Dan, and because you're doing this, and I appreciate the job that you do, you've explained that those are the only places they can build, and it looks like they're good with that. I don't have any problems with this, and I will support it.
Thank you. I think that you've had this property for a long time, and so you're going to put it to some good use over here and build a home and that sort of thing. I would just hope that, I'm not planning your property or anything, but I would just hope there could be family or grandchildren on the upper part, so.
You're already there.
Okay, so we're good. This is a very good thing. I will accept a motion.
Madam Chair, I move that we sign the findings of facts and conclusions of law and order, and that we agendize the signing of the development agreement and the ordinance amending the zoning map per the legal description and the signing of a release by the applicant.
I'll approve that motion. Sounds very complete.
Okay, moved and seconded to approve of this request. All in favor? Aye.
All right.
Very good.
All right.
Okay, we have,
Madam Chair,
yes.
so you can sign the
Yes.
SCO today, and then probably next week I'll find a date for the rest of the signatures after Zach has created the release form that the applicant can sign.
Okay, that sounds good, Dan. Thank you very much.
And Madam Chair,
Have a great day.
you do have my
You
permission to
too.
use my stamp on that, so.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Dale. We'll do that. That will conclude this meeting. Okay, I have to go out here.